Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney is most likely off, as Ryan Garcia confirms many people's suspicion that he is suffering from some intense health issues as he goes on a diatribe, illogical diatribe on Twitter. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, I'm going to talk about something that I was asked about in a live stream today about whether or not I thought the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fight was going to be taking place, because Ryan Garcia had been behaving very erratically over the last couple days. I really did not pay too much attention to it, honestly. However, as I go to my Twitter feed and I see what's going on, there's almost no way to ignore it. And it appears to me that Ryan Garcia is most definitely going through something. Again, this is not any type of, affirmative declaration of this being a fact. This is just this is just me from the outside looking in. And apparently this fight with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia should not happen, and more than likely will not happen, because Ryan Garcia is apparently in the middle of an episode. Now, before I get into the details of it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot. First and foremost, let me say that I'm kind of two minds doing this video, but I don't think that it is anything that I can really avoid, because all today during our live stream, I was asked about it. Tomorrow I'll be asked about it. And it's something that is going to really be, out there, and people are speculating very, very widely about, which is that Ryan Garcia is mentally unstable because of a series of tweets that he's let out. I'm not going to go into the details of the tweets themselves, but it just appears to many people that they're disjointed thoughts, and that it is apparent to people, or it leads people to believe, rather, is probably the better way to say it, that he's not in his right mind. Ryan Garcia had his ex-wife put out a plea to on social media about getting Ryan help. You have people like Tyron Woodley saying that he reached out to Ryan Garcia about what was going on. And I tried to ignore it at first, because honestly, I know that that's the bad way to go. That's a bad way to go about it. So I did not want to add into it, but look, it's just really apparent that is what's going, or it appears as if that's what's going on. And as a result, this fight with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia is probably not going to happen, because he's clearly not going to be at least from what we can see from the outside looking in, not going to be in a position to train, not going to be in his right mind, or, in a position where he is really, really ready to go until, if what we suspect is true, he has a good amount of time to slow down, to detox his body from the things that he's been putting in it, and to get himself more at equilibrium, in a situation where there's some equilibrium. Devin Haney himself, put out there on Twitter an Islamic word, and then said, no matter what, right? Which means, at least the way that I interpreted, that Devin Haney is seeing what's going on and thinking to himself, wow, this is not going well. Man, this thing might be a wrap. You also had, someone told me that, Arnold Barboza is basically sitting there waiting to see whether or not Ryan Garcia is able to actually have the fight or not. If that is the case, and if all of that is true, they should cancel that fight. Now, as far as Ryan Garcia himself, if you don't know, I myself have been through a situation that was similar to that. And the reason why I switched my position on what I thought was going on is, number one, I didn't really want to look at it because that's a tough situation to look at it when it reminds you of, situations that you had in your own life and situations you've seen with where, people close to you have also had those situations. But the last few things that I saw from him, specifically when he talked about an incident that he said occurred in his life when he was 2 years old. That right there was like, okay, man, you're in the realm of delusion right now because you can't remember what happened to you at 2 years old. And number one, that was so personal to share and with that many people that you would have to think that there's a little bit of break from reality, just the fact that you would mention it, but also the fact that he said it happened when he was 2 years old, which is well before most human beings can remember anything. Unless you are, some real unique individual, you don't remember anything clearly before the age of 4 or 3. 3 pretty much is the earliest memories that most people are going to have. 1 year old, 2 years old, you're not going to remember it. And then of course you had the picture of him, on an Instagram live smoking, and he was drinking, which tells you that, he's preparing for a fight that's 8 weeks out. This less than 8 weeks out, actually less than 8 weeks out. And you are out drinking in public, smoking in public. You're not all the way together, man. He's more than likely not all the way together. And the fight is going to have to get canceled. Now, the question is, what happens if it does get canceled? This is a bad look. This is unfortunate for Devin Haney because Devin Haney would be in a position to really have, a breakout fight against Ryan Garcia on a very, very big stage against a big name fighter at 140 to defend his WBC championship belt, a fight that he probably should win. But if the fight does go through, it's going to be suspect because people are going to say, man, this guy was not in his right mind. What are you doing fighting a guy that really might need to be either in detox or might need to be, temporarily in a hospital where he can slow down and let his body settle down. His mind can clear up. It's just not a good look. But as far as the future of Ryan Garcia, if he doesn't take the fight, I'm still very optimistic because it seems like a situation that he probably just needs to learn how to handle. For sure, he shouldn't be smoking anything because, that is like, if you have any type of psychosis, any type of underlying psychosis, that particular thing is like throwing gasoline on a fire. It's just because you're already not, in a somewhat delusional state, to elevate your mind and dilute it even more. It's just very, very, very risky. And I speak from a personal experience, not from a preachy angle. If anybody, you find yourself rambling and your thoughts coming and coming, just you feel like you need to communicate, man, that's probably when it's time to slow down, try to find a way to disconnect. The people that are closest to him, you're not really doing them any good by responding to him in the media or responding to him or putting tweets up or anything like that. It's just best to stay as silent as you can. Try to get him in, if this is the case, to get him, into some place where he can rest and where he can kind of clear his mind and take it from there, because life goes on after that. But maybe that's not the case. But I'm at this point saying, nah, man, I do not believe that this is, I don't believe it's a scenario where he's just doing this to sell a fight. I think it's well beyond that. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Not going to talk about it a lot anymore. And I hope that I was sensitive and addressed the matter from, in a respectful way to Ryan and his family. But yet at the same time, because so many people are asking me, I'm just going to give you my take. And with that, I'm out. Peace.